Okay, I know what you're thinking. Ashley, it's November. You missed Halloween by like a month. And okay, hear me out. First of all, there is no bad time to be creative. So if you want to be a skull on a Friday night in November, do it. Second of all, they're hard to do, and it's very easy to just get caught up in someone else's creative process. So I'm going to explain to you guys how to do like the basics of like a half skull. Finally, I just wanted to do this. I was feeling inspired. I don't know why. All right, without further ado, let's just do the damn thing. Alright guys, step one. I'm going to be using the Diorskin Airflash Spray Foundation. It's in shade 200. I don't know how I feel about this yet. Still in the testing phases. I feel like I have a lot of trouble getting it to like dry down, and so I have to set it, which I don't like love having to do all the time with the foundation. I guess I should get a mirror so I can see. And it really only applies with a beauty blender. I've just been looking for a full coverage foundation because I'm typically a medium to light coverage kind of person because I don't really have too many flaws with my skin. But I don't know, I just want to have something just in case I ever feel like going balls to the wall. It really is amazing how full coverage this is. It even covers my scar pretty well. Another issue I have with it is it feels like it changes color like 30 times while it's drying down. I don't really like applying my foundations with a beauty blender. It just takes so long. And obviously, as a mother, ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
2 hours later.
So now I'm using concealer on my under eyes. I'm just gonna do here, whereas I would usually bring it down my nose, hit around my mouth. We don't want too much product in this area.
1 eternity later.
Okay, now I'm gonna dip into this LH Cosmetics palette, and I'm gonna contour like a mofo. You wanna make yourself look a little bit more like sunken in than usual. Just gonna contour the sides of my nose. Now I'm going to go in with a smaller brush and really work in some detail. Okay, next I'm going to do brows. I have pretty dark hair, obviously. I don't consider it black. I use dark brown in the Anastasia Brow Wiz pretty much every day to do my brows. So I'm going to just take it a step deeper. When you're doing dramatic looks like this, you want to match the drama up here. If you think about it like the rule of thirds, when you're taking pictures, like this is where your focus is obviously going to be, but you need something up here just to kind of balance it out. You don't want to look like washed out by just doing the rest of your makeup subtly. So I'm going to use Forno from the LH Cosmetics Infinity palette to do my brows now. Yeah, that's a much more dramatic brow than I would usually go for, but we're doing a dramatic look, so you want it to be balanced. Alright, I'm going to do the other one off camera. Today I'm going to be using the Prism palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This has honestly become one of my favorite palettes. So quick, it's amazing. I'm going to dip into Eden and Saturn. I'm going to mix the two together, and that's going to be my transition shade. Alright, because we're doing a skull though, you want to add the color. You want everything to be a little bit more dramatized on the inner corner. I had a phase where I was actually wearing my everyday makeup like this. It was a dark time. Alright, now I'm going to grab a smaller brush and I'm going to dip into Parallel, the brown shade in the palette. And I'm going to just deepen that outer V.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Now I'm going to tap Unity on my lid. Now I'm going to take this even smaller brush and I'm going to dip into Obsidian, which is like the darkest black I think I have in my collection. Now we're going to really blow out the lower lash line. So taking Saturn on a small brush. I'm gonna take that all the way under my like eye bag. A pretty cool tip that I taught myself is, at least with my eyes, I don't know if you have like similar eye shape to me, when you're doing like a smoky eye, taking this all the way under your eye bag, but leaving basically like your like tear duct, you want to leave like that all the way to like right where your iris starts, almost to your pupil. And if you just leave a light line or even go back with like a glitter or a highlight, it really makes your eyes pop and look a lot bigger. That's my fun fact for the day. Alright, taking parallel, I'm going to run this closer to the lower lash line. Alright, and then I'm going to take Obsidian and really get this close to the lower lash line. And I'm only taking this halfway through over my eye, maybe more like 2/3. I like a really smoky lower lash line. Alright, now we're gonna go in with Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. Okay, now I'm gonna just pop on some mascara and some lashes. And we'll be right back. Ta-da! We're gonna become skulls. For this part, it might help if you try to like block out your lips a little bit. Okay, start by finding the center of your Cupid's bow. Basically, you want to be using a white or a brow pencil also works for this. So I'm going to be trying very hard to not cover up the camera. So for this, it might help to have a reference picture like up on your phone, or you could just smile and look at your teeth. You just kind of want to mimic the shape of each of them. So like these, I think everyone's teeth are slightly different, but mine are big, much bigger than anything else. This is so unattractive. And they kind of curve, but for the most part they're like rectangular. And then these are much smaller, but kind of the similar shape. And then these are my fangs, so they have a little bit more of a point. And then this is even more pointed than the other, the one before it. You just kind of like go, and you can use it as a reference. The most important thing is to make sure that where you're sketching meets up with where you close your mouth. Alright, and now that I have those first 6 drawn, I'm going to go on to the bottom one, so... This is going to be like the most bullshit video ever. I'm not going to be able to use any of this footage. We have it pretty well sketched out right now. If you look in your mouth, the bottom fangs come in right before the top fangs. And if I close my mouth, that's what we have right here. So I'm gonna add the next bottom ones before I start going back to the top. So now I'm going to kind of draw a line. It's gonna just take me to where I want my teeth to end. And the goal is to really just keep it as symmetric as you possibly can. So one of the hardest parts about drawing a skull, I think, is the top part of these teeth. You want to make it look like the end of a teardrop. And this can be totally uneven. Just depends on what look you're going for. Alright, and once you have the teeth outlined, the world is your oyster. You can kind of go in whatever direction you want with this. You could do...
Day 2.
Alright, so obviously this is a little bit more than a half skull, but I just got carried away. But that's what I'm encouraging you guys to do. You take that framework that I showed you how to do, and you just kind of go crazy with it. I mean, this was just a smoky eye and then a sketch, and I created this crazy like watercolor paint skull. Adding the nose I think is definitely a key factor in making it look like a skull. Otherwise it's a little bit more clownish. So this is my finished look. Alright, well thanks for checking out this video, guys. If you liked it, please give a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please do. I'm just trying to put out videos as frequently as I possibly can. Definitely not the easiest thing when you're finishing school and you've got a 16-month-old who I'm currently breastfeeding. Good. If you haven't already, guys, please just hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.